David Onofrio, welcome.
Thank you very much.
I always like to ask our guests, what's the name of your company, what symbol, and where can we find you? What market can we find you on?
We are VRIC Gold Corporation. We're listed on the TSX Venture Exchange with ticker WGO.
Tell me a little bit about White Gold. Where are you mining?
White Gold is located in Yukon, Canada.
Yep.
We are the largest landholder in that district, which is, most people will know it from the historic events that happened at the turn of the century with the big gold rush, where people flocked from far and wide to stake their fortune, and there was a lot of gold found in the placer creeks for those time, and in fact, it's still being mined. Placer gold is still being mined to this day,
yep,
with over 20 million ounces of gold coming out of these creeks. And why we're in it, and I think as we can chat a little further, why everyone's in it is, where did all this gold come from?
Yes.
Let's find the source of all this gold, and I think we've made some headway, as some predecessors have, and we're looking to continue that on.
So up in the Yukon, as you said, we know that this is a very rich gold mining district. It also went through tremendous changes and went a little dormant for a while, but it's really coming back now. What's changed that is now making the Yukon such an attractive mining district again?
Yeah, there's a few things. One is that it did go dormant for a long time, so it has not received modern exploration like a lot of other jurisdictions have. So there's a tremendous amount of opportunity there. Two is the support of the government and the First Nations. The government is currently investing over $300 million to build and upgrade roadways throughout the Yukon, particularly in our district, to facilitate mining. And the third thing, which is the most obvious, is recent exploration success. In 2010, Underworld discovered the Golden Saddle deposit, which Kinross bought for $140 million. Around that same time, Kaminak discovered the Coffee deposit, which Gold Corp bought for $500+ million in 2016. When you have that type of exploration success, it's going to bring eyeballs to a district.
Right near in your neighborhood.
They are in our neighborhood, exactly. We actually are totally encompassing that area.
Yeah.
And we now own one of those assets, in fact.
So it's looking pretty good right at the moment, especially with the upward pressure on gold prices.
We're very excited. We're very excited for that. We're very excited also in the fact that we believe this is a unique junior exploration company for a few reasons. Number one, we control an entire district. The ability to do that is rare. The ability to do that in a jurisdiction like Canada is even more rare.
Yes.
Number two is our partners. Agnico Eagle owns 20% of our company approximately, and so does Kinross. Mm-hmm. And the third is the recent success and the underexplored nature of this area. And I think that's what's really and the support of the government to facilitate mining specifically is what's really opened our eyes to a lot of people. And that, in fact, is what attracts the majors to be involved. For them, they believe it's a generational opportunity to own that type of a landmass in such a great jurisdiction, which is now over 400,000 hectares, approximately 1 million acres, 40% of the district, but what we believe to be about 80% of the highest profile targets in that district.
The company is financially stable as well, is it not?
It is. So we've been fortunate enough to have great partners and great capital markets partners as well, and working in a very efficient manner to manage our capital. Management is our major shareholder, so we're very sensitive to optimizing the value of our shares for ourselves, our partners, and our shareholders.
Well, and you're avoiding diluting the stock
as well.
That's right.
We're going to operate in a manner that's the least dilutive as possible. How that plays out over time. We believe this company to be a project generator, hopefully for decades to come. Whether we spin out properties, whether they're acquired by our partners, time will tell. We've had a tremendous amount of success. Hopefully that's sort of close on the docket, but it's going to be a very creative solutions to minimize dilution for sure.
So a lot of the people who watch this kind of program are saying, okay, well, how do I get in on this? What's the pitch to investors? And you're not actually going out there saying, okay, come and put your money here.
That's right.
But as a potential investor, what should I be watching for as the company moves forward? Should opportunities arise, what might they be?
So at this point in time, the market is where you have to go find it. What's compelling about this company, further to what I mentioned, is a few things. And for myself, with my finance background, what sort of makes me very excited about the prospects of this company are a few things. Number one is we have a high-grade at-surface deposit of over 1.5 million ounces. So you can peg a value to that, and you can see what that is respective to our share price and our market capitalization.
Right.
And number two is we also have a tremendous amount of upside opportunity with projects that we've had exploration success on recently, looking to advance those, and projects which have not been fully drill tested as yet, which can provide for a new discovery. And each season we were sort of working in those three different buckets. And this is a brand new company. We were only formed in 2016. 2017 was our first year of operations. That's when we bought the Golden Saddle deposit from Kinross, who took back primarily stock in our company to become the 20% partner along with Agnico. And we're just looking to build ounces there. We had a major high-grade discovery last season called the Vertigo, which we've diamond drilled this year and continue to show that it's open at depth and along strike. We've also identified a number of targets along that trend, which look highly prospective. And we've had a number of other significant high-grade discoveries, which I'm happy to get into. That's where we want to go. But I think, especially at this show, people, that's what the first question they ask is, we had a hole of 72 grams over 6 meters within a big magnetite body, and that looks highly prospective. The first 2 drill holes ever drilled there, so probably one of the best drill holes ever in the Yukon.
First 2 drill holes?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. More exploration underway? What's the plan right now?
So right now we're in our off season, right? Wind up kind of in the middle of the fall, late fall.
Yeah.
We had a $13 million budget last year, very active with preliminary exploration, mid stuff, geochemical, geophysical work, drilling. We're systematic. We know we have a district. We're not in a rush to do anything. We know we don't need to report to raise capital, etc. And so now we're analyzing this data and see what's the best path forward on each of these different projects going forward. And we'll get active again in another couple of months, probably, sort of around that timeline.
It's a healthy position to be in.
We've been very fortunate on all fronts, actually.
One other issue that, of course, comes up around the Yukon is that there has been this sort of coming to a determination in building out appropriate relationships with First Nations.
That's
and
right.
as I recall, you've got a good representation from the local First Nations and good working relationships.
Absolutely. We value the First Nations as a partner of ours, and from the very beginning, we've been wanting to work closely with them and invite them into our process, and it's been a very positive relationship for sure.
Well, it's fundamentally important in Canada that we make sure that those relationships are in place and that they are well defined.
That's right. And the government of the territory as well has made an effort to foster those types of relationships as well, which has been also very helpful in that process.
It's nice to be able to come and share such good news, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not every day. Believe me, I've been around this for a long time, and the different jurisdictions have different challenges, and this is the beauty of working in a jurisdiction like Canada and the Yukon, where there's a lot of other issues that you don't have to worry about, where people see across the world.
Well, yeah, that the rule of law is in place, and that your investment is protected. Yeah,
that's right.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's great to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I look very excited for next year. Keep you posted.